Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to my weekly update. Well, here we are now, approaching the end of August, a really challenging harvest to date and still plenty left to do. And if you remember, back on the 21st of June, government announced that they would be looking at controlled rollout of the SFI application process in August. We've got 1 week left, so I am wondering next week whether we are going to see the SFI open and be ready for business. But this year, this harvest has really brought into sharp focus the huge challenges that we're facing into right now, not just with cash flow problems, but also cost inflation that is showing no signs of easing whatsoever. Don't forget, dealing with inflation, a key priority for this Prime Minister. Farm businesses facing into massive issues of cost inflation right now, and complete uncertainty as to what the road that we are on is going to look like, when these schemes will be accessible. So there are big fundamental questions for ministers in DEFRA to be answering right now. I'm concerned and have always been concerned about delivery. We've asked for delivery of the SFI to be piloted alongside the policy. So making sure that when these applications go through, that payments are going to be made in the time window allowed is absolutely essential. We don't know yet whether that is going to work or not. So a lot of questions that we are asking right now. And, I would say, what are ministers doing? What are they doing to reassure farmers at the moment that those schemes are going to be up and running, that there is going to be the replacement for BPS, which was always promised. As things were capped, there will be the new scheme available. And here we are, no sign of it. 1 week of August left, and I hope I have better news for you at the end of next week, because it is certainly much needed. It feels like we're in the 11th hour of this, and ministers really do need to step up and be really clear with farmers around what the future looks like. If you remember, George Eustace always talked about income forgone on its own not being enough. There had to be profitability in there. When I look at, nearly 50% of cap payments, this is really flashing red right now. A bit of good news. Well, I hope it will translate into good news, because it's been a long-term NFU ask, and that is effectively a Buy British button in our supermarkets. So there's been massive cross-party support, a letter written that is demanding that this happens, well over 100 MPs signing up to the need for a Buy British button. I know with all my engagement with retailers, all their surveying shows that people want to be able to buy more British food. They're buying into the climate change challenges, wanting to buy local, wanting to buy British, recognising, I think, that we have a great climate here for producing food. But a word of warning, letters are great, and I'm delighted to see MPs coming together on this. But fundamentally, what we need to see is our farmers and growers not being undermined in the marketplace. We've seen huge swathe of imports coming in that have been undermining production. Earlier in the year, we saw a vast amount of cucumbers being imported, that displacing British cucumbers. We've seen it time and time again throughout the season. Of course, don't forget, we're importing Italian eggs. Medical advice is buy British eggs. So this really does feel like a test case, effectively, for all parties. Who is going to be the party that backs British farming and makes sure that food production is given equal priority as the environment has been? I know you must feel like I sound like a broken record on all of this, but we really have to keep saying it and make sure that we are achieving a fair return as well for what we are producing. So fingers crossed that I have a bit more news and positive news for you on the SFI and an announcement next week. But wherever you are, please do take care, look after yourselves, and I really look forward to speaking to you again then. Many thanks.